Hey guys, so this is gonna be part 3 of the doll making. I actually started part 3 yesterday, um, but because I don't know what I'm doing, I spent the whole time trying to figure out which adhesive would work, and so I decided to delete the video because you could either, watch a half an hour of me actually making some progress or watch me for a half an hour discovering that every single type of glue I tried just wasn't going to work. So, the first thing that I tried on this doll was, it's Aniline's glue. It's called OK to Wash It, and it's a really sturdy glue. It's pretty strong as far as glues go, but it just took too long to dry, and I couldn't sit there and hold it for 15 minutes while it took its time to dry. So then I tried, what else did I try? I tried hot glue, but with the glaze that I put over the paper mache, the hot glue was not sticking to her. So what I ended up using was a combination of E6000, which is pretty drastic as far as glues go, but E6000, which looks like this, only unfolded, it sets up really quickly. It takes a long time for it to fully cure, but as far as it setting up so that you can hurry up and move on to the next part, it does it really quickly. So I'm using the E6000 for all of the parts on, all the paper mache parts when I'm adhering the fabric. And then when I'm adhering fabric to fabric, then I'm using hot glue. So I'm kind of using a combination. When I get down to the metal part to do the skirt part, I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet. I have a feeling I can't use hot glue because, hot glue is going to cool down as soon as it hits the metal. So you can't use hot glue on this part. I was going to try and use it around the base when I attach the skirt, but as far as gluing it down to the lampshade, I'll probably use the OK to Wash It glue, which, like I said, is Aniline's glue. And then if I so choose to have a variety of glues on my project, I've also got Aleene's Clear Tacky, which it's a decent glue, but it's not very strong, and it takes an epically long time to dry. So actually, I probably will not be using this glue. And then I've also got Aleene's Original Tacky Glue, which is a pretty good all-purpose glue. It's a pretty safe bet that it's going to work with most things. So, anyways, that's a long story about glue. So what I did yesterday is I got one sleeve put on. And this actually took me a long time to figure out what to do because, like I said, I couldn't find the right adhesive for the job. And this is a piece of white satin. It came off an applique that Linda sent me. Hopefully I'll remember to put her YouTube name in the description box. I was going to make the top cover the torso with tulle, and I have this weird tulle with lines through it. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but what I realized is that obviously I needed to be able to cover up the paper mache, and what I realized is that it took a lot of layers to not be able to see through the tulle, and then it would have made it too chunky. So, I kind of had a bright idea for once, and I remembered that there is a piece of white satin on the back of one of the appliques that Linda gave me. And I had wanted to use white satin to begin with, but I didn't have any, or so I thought. So hopefully I can cover her entire torso with this little strip. But we'll see. So, the reason why I'm starting with the arms and the torso, primarily the arms first, because the arms and the torso are going to be the hardest. So, and this project is going to look worse before it looks better. You know, we'll clean everything up once you have the fabric down. You can clean up the edges with trimmings and stuff. And I'll try not to bump the camera so much this time. I noticed it in the second video. I'm feeling a little bit congested, so I'm sorry if I sniffle a lot. It actually took me like 4 hours to do that sleeve. I had a headache that would not go away yesterday. And I have a tendency to stare into the abyss when I have headaches. So I literally, you know, sat here and I'd do something and then I'd stare at it for like an hour. I sat here for like 3 hours just staring. So I'm just, too much. I'm just wiping E6000 on her arm and getting it off her arm where I put it too far down. And E6000 is also kind of nice because it's easy to rub off your fingers despite how strong it is. My glue stopped coming out. I would have liked to use super glue on this project, in all honesty, but I pretty much used up everything that my friend Bonnie got me. And this E6000, you do have to be careful though, because it'll bleed through the satin, and then it won't look very good. So I'm just trying to... Oh, I don't know where my paper towel went, of course. I'm actually... So I want to be real careful that you don't push the glue through the fabric. I knew this was going to be a hard project to cover, because unlike dress forms, you know, dress forms don't have arms. So, you know, with dress forms, it's pretty simple to put clothing on, essentially, because you basically just do a layer over this shoulder, a layer over this shoulder, and then a layer across, and then you work your way down. But this, you know, because you have to work with the arms, just throws in a whole new set of complicated for you. But it should work out. Like I said, it'll look worse before it looks better. Like this fabric comes out, you can, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. But there's like some fabric where I glued it, the two halves together. That'll get covered up with the lace or a trim, so you won't be able to see it. I'm probably not going to get a whole lot done this video because, you know, the arms are pretty tedious. And then just getting around her bust will be tedious too because of her arms. I'm gonna turn on the hairdryer for a second to try and get the E6000 to set up. Oh, let go of my lace. Got a dog here on my hot glue gun. My dogs kept freaking knocking it off the table yesterday. I was so upset. I work very hard for my glue gun to stay clean. So now I'm using the hot glue to attach fabric to fabric. I'm going to take it away from the camera for just a second so that I can get a good look from it. Look at it. It's hard to see into the armpit. Those pesky armpits always getting in the way. I wish I could like stick a big dollop of E6000 on my placemat so that I didn't have to keep unscrewing the lid, but this stuff, you know, the skin forms over it so quickly. Just gonna keep opening the tube whenever you want some. Wonder if rubber cement would have worked. I haven't used rubber cement in a long time. For some cat treats. Don't need that. I don't know how strong rubber cement is. Okay. Only thing I'm not liking about the sleeve is that they're uneven. This one has a bigger gap than the sleeve. The sleeve doesn't have very much of a gap at all. I don't think you can really tell too much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my satin is. Okay. So hard to make a decision when you don't know what you're doing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop it there for part 3. I got 2 things done. Sorry, wasn't much. Don't know what I'm doing. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.